Hello everyone, it's QueenVLionz back to you with another video. This video pertains to the recent attack on Kyla Thurston, a Washington, D.C. resident, as she simply requested a group of teenagers to stop using foul language. Ms. Thurston was riding the Washington, D.C. Metrobus when a young woman came on the bus with her young children. The group of teenagers began using foul language. Ms. Thurston asked the teenagers to please stop using that type of language. Instead of taking heed, and instead of stopping using foul language, these teenagers and possibly adults took it upon themselves to throwing objects on Miss Thurston, started attacking Miss Thurston on the bus. And you must be asking, why didn't the bus driver stop and call 911 or call Metro Police for assistance? Instead of aiding Miss Thurston, this bus driver allowed these teenagers and possibly adults attacking this black woman. And after they were finished, Miss Thurston was left on the side of the road with no aid. The amount of disrespect Miss Thurston received on that bus is a cry that we must respect and protect black women. Not one person called the authorities on the bus to say, please help this woman as she's being attacked. I can guarantee you, if Miss Thurston was a white woman, persons would have stopped and aided this woman. But because she's a black woman standing up for what is right, she paid a price for it. Now you will watch this brief interview, and I will be back with more commentary.
In the future, I would just hope that Metro could, I guess, find some type of way of preventing this from happening to someone in the future and have more safety precautions on behalf of. I didn't seclude that many injuries, but, you know, I wouldn't want, you know, no one else to have to go through this, and it's emotional just thinking about it.
Yeah. What do you remember? Well, how did it all start?
I got on the bus, and it was a young lady that got on with some smaller children. I got up to give her the seat, and after that, the kids were cursing. So I was just like, you know, can you all stop the foul language? And at that point, the kids became unruly. They started being disrespectful, like saying things to me. Then next thing you know, there was objects being thrown at me. And I was just like, thank you, Lord, because throughout the whole incident, only thing I could recall was the kids hitting me and kicking me, and I had no defense.
Right. So, right, in the video, you're saying, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. You're saying that to protect yourself mentally.
Right.
Yeah. And then what happened in terms of, you were asking the bus driver to stop the bus?
I asked several times prior to the stop that I was getting off at to stop the bus, stop the bus, stop the bus. The bus driver made no attempts to stop the bus. He didn't alert local authorities or anything to my defense.
And so I saw in the video, it looks like at one point the bus does stop, or the doors may be open or don't open. Were you trying to get off?
I was trying to get off, but it was weird as though the bus driver just kept going. And even after I'm yelling out the top of my lungs, stop the bus, let me off the bus driver never stopped.
And so then eventually the bus stops at another stop. Which stop was that?
That was right there out front of the IHOP on Alabama Avenue. And that's when the doors were open and I was trying to get off the bus, and the kids just started assaulting me and kicking me and pushing me off the bus.
Were you hurt?
Mentally, yeah, but not physically. I got like a little bruise on my arm. My jacket's like ripped off of me.
You see, guys, There's the rip on her jacket right there.
I got a little creep in my neck from the kicking, but other than that, the Lord sustained me.
Yeah. What do you have to say about the woman who provided the video to Fox and let people know what actually happened to you?
I'm in tears about the video from hearing her because that's the only reason I came forth. Because, like I said, I would want to prevent this from happening to anyone else. And I'm just going to say to that young lady, thank you for reaching out and for speaking up on behalf of me. And that's part of the reason that made me speak out, because this is untolerated. You know, it's like, you know, you got kids going to school, but the parents should be held responsible for actions like this. Like I said, I didn't want to come forth, but watching the video myself personally, it kind of like, it startled me. And I'm still startled about it.
Yeah, yeah. Would it be okay if I give you a hug?
That's fine.
Because I know so many people care about you.
And my family even was concerned about it. But like I said, I didn't want to come forth at first. But I don't fear nobody but the Lord. So, you know, it's not like I'm feeling like I'm going to be retaliated by it. Because even when I spoke to my neighbor about it, my neighbor even started crying from looking at the video because it was harsh. And it's unacceptable.
Hold on a second, Kyla. Our anchors have a question for you. She can't hear you, so tell me, and then I'll pass it along.
Well, you know, listen, we just wanted to ask her, because Metro obviously has said safety is paramount, right, across the system. Anytime an incident happens, safety is paramount. I'm just curious if she has any suggestions for Metro as to how people like her could feel more safe on Metro so they continue to ride.
Okay. So our anchor, Steve Chenevy, said Metro always talks about safety and safety being paramount. And do you have any suggestions for how people can feel more safe on Metro? What do you want Metro to know?
First and foremost, when I first started yelling for the bus driver's assistance as far as them letting me off the bus, I think that bus should have came to a stop. That bus driver should have alerted local authorities or at least made sure that I was okay. It was as though it was nonchalant and neglect on every part on we had for Metro. And I'm sorry to say that, but he made no attempts to even assist me, let alone get the attention from local authorities to make sure that I was all right. And then after I was thrown off the bus, it wasn't like he, you know, got out or said, well, let me call the ambulance or the police or anything. I could have been unconscious at that point.
Right. And also the fact that no other adults on the bus came to your aid.
They probably was in fear for themselves because of the amount of children that it was. They probably was scared.
So you understand that?
To a certain degree, yeah. But, I mean, granted, like I said, I serve a great God. So, you know, I walked out with not too many injuries. But at the end of the day, you know, I wouldn't have wanted, if it was me, I wouldn't have wanted to step in because then they might have assaulted that person.
The anchors have another question. Hold on just a second. Go ahead.
Now,
Go ahead.
I'm curious. Is there anything she's going to...
It's said that even in 2022, that Black women are still afraid of coming forward and telling their stories because of fear that people will not listen. Had Miss Thurston's attack had not been recorded, I don't think persons would have believed her. And the fact that persons watched, the fact that the bus driver denied Miss Thurston's human right of giving her aid, she could have died because of blunt force trauma. Miss Thurston did not deserve this type of venom and this type of hate because a group of teenagers and possibly adults could not conduct themselves in a public place. This is heartbreaking on so many levels because Miss Thurston could have died due to blunt force trauma. When will we speak up for Black women? When will we listen to Black women? When will we do better by Black women? The words of Malcolm X ring true today as it did when he was alive. You will watch this brief clip and I will be back with more commentary.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
I will leave in the comments and description below the Metro Transit Police Department's phone number. So if you or anyone has any information about this case, please do not be silent. Because if they can do this to Miss Thurston, who will be their next victim? And will their next victim be able to tell their story? Protect black women should not only be a slogan, but a way of life. I hope Miss Thurston gets all of the support in the days, weeks, months, and years to come, because no one should have to live in this type of trauma for the rest of their lives. Justice for Kyla Thurston. Protect black women. Please be safe out here. And I will see you in the next video.